Welcome back here to the Hill on NewsNation, and happy 4th, of course, on this Independence Day. Activists for veterans are now launching a new initiative to help get independent veterans elected into public office. Paul Rieckhoff is host of the podcast Independent Americans, and he is spearheading the new effort called Independent Veterans of America. Paul, it's always great to see you. Nice to speak with you. I don't know if you heard from Jason Crow there, who Joe just talked to, but I think that's what you want, right? And what you're trying to get. And forget the D or the R and whatever their policy positions are, but that is more veterans in office, and I wonder why this is so important to you.
Well, it is Independence Day, and I think it's an important time to reflect on the values of this country and the urgency of the moment. And we're doing is a bit different than what you saw from Crow, because we're focused on independent veterans, folks who don't pick a party, who feel like they are above party and they want to put country first, not party. There have been lots of Democrats and Republicans, but we now know that 51% of Americans are independent. They want none of the above. And that includes 49% of all veterans. But it's very hard to run as an independent. So we're creating Independent Veterans of America to help them run, to unite them as a community, and to win. We want to push back against the two-party system. I think Crow is right on a lot of things, but they do often fight with each other. And we want to put forward independent candidates who are willing to put country ahead of party and declare their independence. We're trying to recruit 250 to run this fall, all the way down to school board. So from U.S. Senate to school board, everywhere in between. If you're a man or a woman that's not a Democrat or Republican and you're a veteran, we want you. So go to independentveteransofamerica.org and sign up.
I hear you selling. You're doing a good job, Paul. What are the challenges, right? Because obviously Democrats have a party infrastructure. Republicans have a party infrastructure. You can even go down Libertarians, Green Party, et cetera. You're not a political party. You're a cause, an idea, a belief, right? And that's a lot different than having organizational structure. So what are your challenges?
It is, and I think it's an important differentiator, because I think this is the future of politics in America. Most Americans are fed up with their options. They're fed up with the two presidential candidates, and they want a new infrastructure. They want a new ground game, and that's what we're going to provide. We're going to provide them with training. We're going to provide them with free online campaign tools powered by artificial intelligence to help them level the playing field. We're going to provide a community of volunteers and supporters, their fellow independent veterans, and we're going to get them money, because they are up against a very big machine and a very hard task. But they've been up against tough fights before, all the way back to World War II, and they're up for this moment. America needs a new generation of leadership, and they need independent leadership. It's never been more apparent than in the last week, and that's what we want to provide, a new generation of men and women who lead us through these hard times and into a future for politics that's better.
I believe, Paul, it's in the area of about 80 members of Congress who are veterans, right? Whether they're Democrats or Republicans, they have served. 535 members of Congress. So let's do some back of the envelope math. That's around 15%, give or take one in 6, 1 in 7. You think that's obviously you don't want Congress to be made up of just one thing, right? You want all different life experiences, viewpoints, et cetera. Do you think that's right, sort of where we are right now, about 15% of our elected representatives having been in the military?
The number is about right, but it's a big problem. It's the lowest number we've had in over a generation, especially when you've got national security threats ranging from Ukraine to Gaza to the border. We need veterans who understand national security, who understand domestic security, and maybe most of all, have integrity and put their values ahead of any party or any other cause. So this is a moment for us to have more veterans in Congress, but not just Democrats and Republicans, independents. And that's only going to start if we invest in them now at the local level, for Congress and for everywhere in between. And even if you're not a veteran, we want your support. If you're an independent and you're fed up with the status quo, you want to support people who are going to be the breach element to help break this apart and create some momentum. We also want to win. And we think that Americans are hungry for alternatives, and veterans present an alternative that can meet this moment, especially on Independence Day.
Paul Rieckhoff, we got to leave it there. Nice to talk to you as always. Enjoy the 4th. Have a great one, sir. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.